got the biggest heart here. We all know that. You have a huge heart for everybody. As you always talk about, you talk about religion, and I respect that, dude. I really do. And since I know you so well, I'm just going to say I got your back on your, I'm not going to call it an apology, because again, that's not my place. But you basically told Pedro that you don't feel too good about what you said about him. I'll leave it there. And that's up to you, brother. That is your call to make. That is all you, and I got you. I support it, and good for you for doing it. And it just kind of proves to me what kind of man you really are. You're a good, honest man. Took a lot of guts to do with that. And what I mean by guts is honesty. If that's how you really feel, that took a man to... You manned up when you did that about Pedro. You really did. I don't play games with the guys in this group. The ones that had almost everything to do with what I'm about to talk about. But again, DoorDash sucks, dude. No. Brian, nothing but man hugs, dude. I support the way you think. I really do. Even if I don't agree with it, I totally support it. You had a moment in time there, and you repented on your own words from the past, and you didn't like them, so you retracted them, and that's cool, brother. No issues for me on that. None whatsoever. If anything, I got more respect for you. Let's move on to Glitchgate. Well, I'm hearing a lot of talk about Glitchgate today. All of a sudden it popped up. Because shortly after DoorDash Sucks made that video to Pedro, he followed it up with the first time I've ever heard DoorDash Sucks talk the fuck word. He must have said it 5 times in a video, and that's a new world record for that man. I do believe he's honestly pissed off. I mean, actually pissed off. My guess is he's going to go repent for saying fuck 5 times. Might have been more than that. I was driving, I wasn't counting, but I heard it a lot, and he said it with force. He was mad, and he should be mad. He's right to be mad. As I'm watching Jeff Thomas Black here on his video critiquing Pedro and Sin Cities, I'm like, you know what? I was kind of hoping that would happen. Because like a lot of people, we were all wondering when we were going to climax on this Glitchgate thing, the scandal. Everybody's like, how long is this going to take? Because we've all been getting the trolls. We've all been getting Pedro's trolls. We've all been getting Sin City's trolls. You have no facts. You have no facts. You have no facts. You love Pedro. You love Pedro. I'm like, it's a lot of talk for something that hasn't been decided yet. For all you guys know, I've been fucking talking to Pedro behind everybody's back, and me and him set everybody else up. The way this thing's going, that wouldn't surprise you, would it? It's never happened, but that wouldn't surprise you if it did happen, would it? So as I watched this video from Jeff Thomas Black, because I sure the fuck ain't doing 4 hours of Pedro. I did about 3 or 4 months of Pedro, and I lost a lot of money watching that douchebag go from one idea to the other. That was a contradiction in terms every fucking time. So as I watched Jeff Thomas Black, I'm like, well, I saw some of this on DoorDash Sucks channel, and he did a great critique too. But the reason I'm bringing up Jeff Thomas Black's is because Jeff Thomas Black, he said something that I was thinking. So that gave me the inspiration to do this. Guys, it's not so much that we found the guy that started the whole problem, which is not Pedro, all right? That's not Pedro. It is, in fact, in my mind, I know DoorDash is the one that caused the problem, because without DoorDash, we would have nothing to talk about. I get all that. Yes, I know. That's not what I'm going. That's not where I want to go with this. Let's talk about, like, what's up front and real, like, that we can actually touch, feel, and smell. And that is Sin Cities. The one that we all actually get to watch talk, because you don't hear DoorDash. All you hear is DoorDash support, and it's like, what? I don't, what? Just, do I get half pay, or am I getting a violation? But this problem actually came from Sin Cities. And yes, I call it a problem. And we've been fighting this problem. And now that he's admitted, in no uncertain terms, he didn't split the lingo, he didn't change the lingo. He didn't make it his lingo. He knew about it. He used it. And as he stated in that live with Pedro, what else did he do with it? He basically called us all stupid. And what I mean by basically is that, well, he called us all stupid. Because, I guess he thinks we're stupid. I don't know. I mean, define stupid and define who you're talking to. And you have your definition of stupid, I guess. He thinks we're stupid. I'm like, yeah, but maybe that's why we're mad. Maybe we would have been smarter if you just kept it straight the first time. Told us the truth the first time. After all, the only reason that you exist is because of us. And that's, all 2,000 or 6,000. I don't even know how many subscribers a man has. It's something under 6. But without us, he wouldn't even be here. How about a round of applause for the bottom feeders? How about a round of applause for the audience that supports him? How about a round of applause for those guys? The ones that have been feeding his ass. The ones that got him to the level that he's at now. That might be a good idea. How about saying instead, well, I have nothing to apologize for. Just because I know something and they didn't, that doesn't make me wrong. It's like, well, you know what? Yes and no. That's a yes and no. It's a yes because you knew about it and you used it, but you lied about what you knew. and you didn't support or help the people that built your channel. You see, my man, Sin Cities, you didn't build your channel. That channel has nothing to do with you. You hosted it, but it could be a 2-view channel. And since it's got thousands of views across the board, it's no longer your channel. It's your subscribers' channel. It's your followers' channel. They supported you. You should support them back. Give something back to the community, as they say. But I have not seen that. All I've seen is you've called us stupid. You have absolutely validated yourself on your lie. You have validated yourself on using something that goes against the terms of service. You validated yourself on being Pedro's friend because Pedro has found just this magnificent new tool. It's called the best licking tongue on the planet. And your ass is clean and your shoes are clean because of Pedro. And the only thing Pedro's getting out of it is what? Because we know he's not getting paid to do it. So what is he getting out of it? He has one thing in his back pocket that nobody even thought of. Sin Cities has a lot on Pedro. It's been that way since day one, since they met. They are working in cahoots with each other. Oh, God, no, Torp, that's a brain aneurysm. You're talking out of your ass. I'm like, well, you kind of have to talk out of your ass for a fucking fart sniffer to smell your words. So what happens? Pedro acts like, wow, hey, Sin Cities is here. Oh, that's weird. How'd that happen? I don't know. Let me think about it. Oh, yeah, that's right. We set it up. So Pedro said there was some guest that was going to come on. He said, oh, no, hey, look at this. Sin Cities is here. Well, that's a shocker. I have to bring him up. We have something important to talk about. Oh, by the way, why do you have something important to talk about, Pedro? Because the bottom feeders have exposed your asses. You have to defend your asses. There's no more hiding. So why not bring up the kingpin? Mr. Gotti Fraud Dasher himself. So why not do that? Let's squish this thing. Let's validate ourselves. Hey, the elite normally don't have to explain themselves, but we left them no choice, did we not? I'm so proud of the people I've been working with. I've been having a ball doing that, by the way, because I've been listening to the boys I listen to, the ones that I hang with and agree with. Yeah, you know why I stopped making videos as much as I used to? Now I'm about every other day. I'm spending too much time watching them. I really am. And I'm learning a lot because you don't want to make a video unless you know your surroundings, obviously. I think I've said that before. Might have been back right around my first video on this whole subject, Nugs, over a year ago. I don't know if any of you caught that, but there it is. A few more things I've said, probably. So as I watch Pedro, I watch somebody that says to himself, you know what? I am entitled. I see that in his face. I'm entitled. Sin Cities, he's entitled. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of over the entitled thing. Why are they entitled? Why are they better than us? Why are they more improved and a better version of a human being or a dasher than us? When you have to use a glitcher to succeed as a dasher, that means that you're not better than us. The ones that actually have to go out there and do Hell Week, as you put it, are the ones that are doing Hell Week because you told them how to do Hell Week. You should have just told them, which is something I probably should have told them back in June, had I known about it, but now I have the experience, I can actually share it with them. I just might later. You don't have to do Hell Week to be a top dasher, man. You do not. It's called a curve, and that curve is real. $2.25 for 10 miles turns into $17 for 2 miles. At least 2 jobs later. The day is the same. You're not making more money, but it's more consistent. 18 to 25 an hour, and you don't stop moving your wheels. I don't fuck with Hell Week. I'm an 87. I had 85 before this week started, and it has not been hard. Glitcher uses the damn glitch for one reason. He's lazy. He's lazy. He knows for a fact that all 50 states and all the countries on the planet are not doing it the same way. We don't have the same algorithm. He's using the fucking glitch for one reason only. He's lazy. If you stay consistent for the month, I guarantee you this, my fellow drivers. If you stay consistent for the month, you will average out to whether it's a piss poor or an exciting week on your earnings. But it will be the same. And it will go quicker if you do it, and I'll tell you why. You're going to be making money no matter what. Now, that depends on your market, but you will constantly be bringing something in. What he's talking about, you go home, you get your acceptance rate, you become a top dasher. The benefit of that is, I guess, the 3-tier program for some people. For some people, it's top dasher with the old system like me. Who knows for anybody else? Nobody can speak to it because it's not across the board. But for Glitcher, it's been one way across the board. He is entitled. He is always right. He can't be wrong. His friends back his ass for one reason. He can admit that he has done this thing, this glitch. He can admit it. He can admit he's taking money for showing top dashers or regular dashers how to become top dashers on Reddit for $20, I guess it is. That's what he said. I suppose it's true. I've never been to it. But he just admitted he's taking money for secret information on how to become a top dasher. Well, that's actually his prerogative. If people are stupid enough to pay the $20 to learn how to become a top dasher when there was millions of videos on how to do it in the real, tear it up. He's your man. Glitcher it on Reddit. Give him his $20. But if he's not doing it the way he's telling you to do it, isn't that where we're at now? Wasn't that the point of all these discussions and all these videos over the last few months? The last couple of weeks especially? That was our plight? That when you lie to a man or a woman that is actually really trying, actually really does need to know, Richard, they need to actually know, Pedro. Why would you call us stupid? We were the ones listening to you. And since we did listen to you, and you're now going to call us stupid, I guess that does make us stupid. Maybe that's why we're mad. Because we feel stupid. And we feel stupid because of the elite. Pedro and Sin Cities. I don't know if that was too much reality for those two guys, but I guarantee you this much. From now on, I don't want anybody to get offended. From now on, every video I make on this subject, until those two pipe up and say one thing to me, we fucked up. I am only going to tag those two in all my videos from here out. So don't nobody get butthurt. I love everybody that I loved yesterday. I love everybody that I loved the day before that. They're all my boys. Nothing but respect for all of you. A to Z. I promise you that has not changed. I don't care what you've said, what you've done, what you believe in. What happens next doesn't even matter. But know this. Those two are the only two I'm tagging in my videos from now on. Until they both pipe up. They need to man up. They missed one point in that live. Jeff Thomas Black was real close, but I know where his head is at 3:30 in the morning after a blunt. and he still pulled it off like fucking Puff the Magic Dragon. No shit, that was good. Y'all gotta go see it. It's called DoorDash Sin City, Debauchery, and the Pedro bot. We did not come here just for the comedy. We did not come here just for the show. Some of us ain't getting paid to be here at all. Some of us will never be paid, even knowing we're starting to supersede the people that we started with. The really, like, the fucking flexes and shit. We've already superseded their views. We're starting to supersede their subs and their comments for sure. So why aren't we getting paid? They're getting paid, we're not. Ask yourself that question. Because we came here because we're pissed off for our fellow drivers. Our fellow drivers have been taking it up the ass. From Pedro and from fucking Sin Cities. Those are the two. Those are my two focus now. So, sky's the limit on how many times I can make a video or a live a day, and both of those guys are going right into the ats every fucking time. There will be nobody else in there. If y'all want to hear it, you know where to find me. Nobody else is going to be in there besides these two, and I'm going to rub it in. I'm going to rub it in like a little puppy being potty trained. The nose is going right into the bullshit. Every time they shit on the floor, they're going to smell it with their own nose. I'm going to push it in there. They're going out in the backyard until they learn how to do it right. Apologize to your audience, Pedro. Apologize to your audience, Sin City. Don't forget, no matter how much you explain your problem away, one thing will not change. You both lied to us. You both lied to us. Pedro lied to us, telling us about the month that he knew about it. He told us that he wasn't going to give up his friend. And Sin City's all of a sudden is showing up because they got called out and there's too many of us talking about it. He shows up and says, yeah, I knew about it, I use it, so what? Big deal. Just because I know about it means they have to know about it? It's like, dude, you did not just say that in public. That's as bad as what Cherry Pick did, or maybe I should say as good as what Cherry Pick did. Cherry Pick exposed the glitch with Flex, and now you got an even bigger leak. The man himself that started the whole thing. So if y'all want some kind of proof that you can take to court and say, well, see, now they got proof. It's like, I don't need it now. Those days are over. We don't need proof anymore. It was just explained to you. Pedro's live with Sin Cities. There it is. So those two need to apologize. If they don't want to apologize, that tells you what they think of you. And what I mean by you, if you're any one of us, if you're anybody that listened to them for any period of time and tried it their way, and just now finding out that that way doesn't work because they were lying to you, because they were making money on the side doing it a different way, that's on you. If you like that kind of thing, do that. You do you. We're going to do us. So that we need an apology for the ones that are doing us, because as a lot of people say, DoorDash is a game. I agree with that. It's 100 a game. It's always been a game, but I didn't always know that. And now that I know that, I'm even more mad at these two guys. I'm even more mad at them. I don't need to know how pretty Pedro can be or how big his microphone is. That means nothing in the real world when I'm driving. And Sin Cities pisses me off even worse, because Sin Cities himself, he knew about this, according to him, before Pedro did. And he knows that Pedro knew about it as these videos were going around in circles. So how is it that those two did not get on the same page and say, we got to squish this fucker? So how are we going to do it with our audience? We just saw the best explanation for them explaining themselves out of a lying bag that I've ever seen. The problem, and I think the biggest problem that they had, was they didn't expect us to catch that dog shit on fire and throw it back on their fucking porch. They just went out and stomped out that dog shit bag on fire. That old joke from the 70s and 80s. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't. I'm not kidding here. Don't do that. That shit got a lot of people's houses fucked up. It did. Houses actually burned. It became so illegal it's not even funny. That was a joke from the 70s and 80s before laws changed, because you can't just throw a bag of dog shit on somebody's porch caught on fire and watch the owner come out and stomp it out and get dog shit all over his feet. With that said, did you see a scenario there that your mind was kind of working on? It's like, well, isn't that the same thing as what Sin Cities and Pedro just did? Didn't they just throw a bag shit that they created, catch it on fire, throw it on their own porch and try to put it out? Aren't they the ones that are stepping in the dog shit? Because I can tell you right now, this might be Cyberland, but I can definitely smell the dog shit from here. And I know Pedro is St. Louis, and he fucking Sin City's is fucking Sin City. That's fucking Vegas. I'm like, I can still smell it from here. I'm gonna let it ride for now. Guess who the 2 tags are? And guess what? They don't have to ask me to stop putting them in there. Because my new goal from here out is to only tag those 2 fools in it. They got to man up. Now it's their turn to man up. Apologize to your audience, gentlemen. Then this thing goes away. Poof. Every one of the channels will bring their shit down to another level, and we'll all move on. An apology would be much appreciated, Pedro. Much appreciated, Sin Cities. And if you don't want to do that, I am going to get loud. Might even turn green. Twerp out.